Hello and welcome to my video. It's your host, Ultimate19, or Ultimate Gamer 19,000, and I am here today to present to you all a guide on how to build your 2024 sorcerers. Yeah, for this video starts, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into it. So yeah, honestly, sorcerers got a massive buff. If you want to see every single little buff they got, make sure to check out the video I released tomorrow. Hopefully, if I can get this video out on time, on every change to the sorcerer, every buff, because they mainly got buffs. I mean, I don't think they got a single nerf, which I'm really happy about, because I love sorcerers. Because sorcerers are fun. So now, some a little points I wanted to touch on. Sorcerers now get their subclass at level 3, which is a decision. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like it doesn't make much sense, like flavor wise. I guess it does. Eh. I don't know. I feel like it's a decision that's been made, can't be reverted. Does it really change much, in my opinion? Not really, because in my table, I always start playing D&D at level 3, because level 1 and 2 D&D, level 1 D&D is the worst thing ever, level 2 D&D is fun, but level 3 is when you get your subclass and really start to live the flavor of your character, so I always start at level 3. So for me, everyone gets their subclass at the same time, but I know some tables enjoy level 1 and 2 D&D, so, I don't know. It's a change. One that won't be affecting me, but one that definitely will be affecting some of the people watching this video. So I guess if you feel really strongly about that, leave that down below. I personally couldn't care because it really won't affect me. Now, unlike the barbarian, which you can check my barbarian build guide if you check the cards. Um, every single sorcerer background kind of wants to have the same backgrounds and feats, in my opinion. So and for the background, if you can use custom ones, which I will be allowed to use custom ones in my table, just want to mention that, I would recommend Merchant or Entertainer. Both are pretty good feats that can, pretty good background, sorry, that can increase your charisma. Now, Entertainer cannot increase your constitution, Merchant can, but Entertainer has the better feat, so what do you care more for is really the question. So yeah, honestly, both really good. Personally, I Merchant might be better because sorcerers do want a good con. Every spellcaster wants a good con. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's it's a balance, honestly. Because at level 4, I honestly think every sorcerer should always just take Warcaster. Because if you don't know, how feats now work in 2024 is every single feat that is not an origin feat now is a half feat, meaning you get a plus 1 to any stat and the whole feat. Yeah, this is pretty nice. And some feats like Warcaster didn't get nerfed at all. So it's legit the same feat as 2024, but now you gain a plus 1 to charisma, making that 17 charisma 18, which is a plus 4 now. So yeah, honestly, I think at level 4, you probably should always take Warcaster. You could take Spell Sniper if you are a character that uses attack rolls with spells. I mean, especially now since you gain advantage on every single spell attack roll you make, thanks to your what is it called? Your oh yeah, with innate sorcery. Forgot the name of it. You now gain advantage on all spell attack rolls for sorcerers. So if you, I don't know if Elven Accuracy is in the book. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 100% sure it's not. But if your DM still allows Elven Accuracy, then hey, you might be cooking with gas here. But again, that's really a what if. If you're allowed to use Elven accuracy, then it's really good. If not, at level 8 for your feat and or ASI, I recommend just taking a plus 2 to charisma. I know it's boring. I know it's not a feat, but honestly, with sorcerers, you want a high charisma, especially with some subclasses that gets you more uses of your features and a higher armor class, which is a spoiler for a future feature. And at level 12, feel free. Level 12, 16, and 19, feel free. Pick whatever you want. If you want to take Chef, if you want to take Great Weapon Master, you want to take Heavy Armored, whatever, pick it. I really couldn't care. Just feel free. Pick whatever you think is flavorful. Whatever you're like, oh, I really want this. Oh, I really want that. What? Bada boom, bada bang. If you want the most like mid-advanced option, plus with a con probably is going to be best here. And level 16, maximize that constitution, then call it a day. But yeah, now to get into the subclasses, because they have gotten pretty big changes. Yeah, I think every sorcerer subclass has gotten some big changes. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of generalization here, because some subclasses did receive just all around nerfs that are the same with each subclass. Now, your psionic spells feature and your clockwork magic feature that are respective to clockwork soul sorcerers and aberrant mind sorcerers, now you can no longer swap them out for any spell school. Meaning, with the spells you get, you're now kind of stuck with, which is a nerf that I definitely didn't see coming, if I'm being honest. The whole reason why people liked Aberrant Sorcery and Clockwork Soul was because you can switch out your spells. It provided a utility to sorcerers that they never had before. Everyone liked it, and I definitely do think it's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of true, because the thing is now, ever since they were introduced, every sorcerer subclass kind of had to follow that pattern or be considered bad. So now I guess they just kind of want to cut back on that status quo. But now every sorcerer does gain some new spells, which is good. But again, I mean, Ariana just feels like they're kind of just cutting back on a decision they made. Because I think they realized that, oh, if they can do that, now every sorcerer has to be able to do that, or unless they're just bad. So, I mean, yeah, it sucks because you do lose some really cool utility, but at the end of the day, eh, yeah, you can't always win. You can't always receive buffs, especially since those two subclasses were straight up just pretty damn good. There wasn't really, I mean, yeah, they're pretty damn good. Some of the best sorcerer subclasses in my opinion, and I don't really think you could very much kind of refute that in my opinion. But yeah, a general buff. But now with the Aberrant Sorcery, which is the new name, which I'm still be calling it Aberrant Mind. So if you hear me say Aberrant Mind, I mean Aberrant Sorcery. So same thing with Clockwork. Your Psionic Sorcery. Now, if you cast a spell using your what's it called, Sorcerer points, now they still require material components and some and like verbal and somatic, which ugh, it's a nerf. I mean, it's not one of those nerfs that it's. I mean, actually, it is decently sizable because let's say if you want to wait, because I think some of these spells have like some really weird components. Like, I know, yeah, Summon Aberration. It requires a pickled tentacle and an eyeball and a platinum inlaid vial worth at least 400 gold. It doesn't consume it. So, if you were to cast it with Psionic Sorcery, you wouldn't need to spend 400 gold on some abomination of combination, but now you do. So now you have to have a pickled tentacle and an eyeball and a platinum inlaid vial worth at least 400 gold. So that sucks because you now have to spend the gold, but eh. I mean, it's a nerf, but come on, it's a small one. It's like removing a quality of life feature that made the game a tad bit easier. Like, yeah, I know why they removed it, but at the end of the day, it's like, you didn't really have to. But I guess in their minds, they did. Your Psionic defense now did get a buff, but seemed to be a buff most people just homebrewed in. Now you gain resistance against any save when it comes required to charm or frightened, so it means to end it. So it means if you fail your first one and you have to roll again to try to end it, you still have advantage on that, which charm or frightened, which is nice, I guess. And yeah, that's about it for the changes to Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. My personal opinion, is the subclass now bad? No. Is the subclass now broken compared to other sorcerer subclasses? No. I think it's now just in line with everyone else, which honestly it should be. Now, when I made my Paladin video cards, I got a decent amount of comments that people said, "Oh, you're just mad that your powerful OP class got nerfed," which No, I'm not mad that it got nerfed. I'm mad that it got gutted and poorly designed into a nerf. I'm mad that it got nerfed incorrectly and even provided a nerfed version of the paladin. Whatever. That's a video for another day. I'm not gonna go on the ramble about that. But a lot of people are basically saying, "Oh, I like things broken," and like, yeah, I like to create broken characters, but when you're designing new abilities, I don't want them to be broken. I want them to be nice. I want high level features to be powerful, and lower level features to just be good for the level. I want features that promote staying single class. Yes. Would I love a feature that at level 3 gives you an extra attack every turn that does extra damage? Yes, but for staying single class, it's pretty damn bad because you just always want to multi-class into that because if you can, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot for not to, especially since scaling with so many marshals is very bad. But now I feel scaling is better for most marshals. Rest in peace, Rangers, of course. I feel so bad for you all. Ranger mains out there, pour one out for you. Yeah, overall, I'm fine with it. Now, Clockwork Sorcery. Your restore balance feature can now be used charisma modifier times per day instead of proficiency bonus times per day. Yeah, that's about it. At lower levels, it's a buff. Higher levels, it's a nerf. Eh. Also, your Trance of Order feature now allows you to never roll lower than a 9. No, never roll lower than a 10 on any D20 check when you enter the state. So I guess if your DM makes you, I don't know. I guess if you're rolling to decide, well, no, it's from. Well, I'm guessing if your DM has a feature that like, oh, if you cast spells in this area, you may trigger a wild magic sorcery thing. Then if you roll lower than a 10, you trigger it. I guess now you can no longer trigger it. I know it's a very weird and kind of very very uncommon situation. But yeah, it's now every D20 test, which I guess is good. It's a buff, a very small window, and yeah. Honestly, if they wouldn't have changed it, I feel like no one would have noticed. But they did, so now it's interesting. But now we have two subclasses that are basically brand new. We have the Draconic Sorcerer Bloodline. I don't know the real name of it. But now at level 3, you gain 4 new spells you just know permanently: Alter Self, Chromatic Orb, Command, and Dragon's Breath. Very thematic spells. I mean, Alter Self, we all know dragons can like polymorph themselves into anything. Chromatic Orb, come on, Command, you're a dragon. Dragon's breath. I'm not gonna explain why that makes sense. At level 5, you get Fear and Fly. Again, very thematic picks. At level 7, you get Arcane Eye and Charm Monster. Charm Monster makes sense because you're kind of like, oh, I'm Dragonkin, respect me. And Arcane Eye, I really don't understand that one. Um, if you know why dragons would be associated with Arcane Eye, then leave that down below. But I don't get that one. But now at level 9, you get Legend Lore and Summon Draconic Spirit. I wonder why you get Summon Draconic Spirit, huh? I truly do wonder why. And now, your Draconic Resilience has been greatly improved. Well, it's not really greatly. Well, I guess the part that is unarmed defense is greatly improved because now, as a Draconic Sorcerer, when you're not wearing any armor, your armor class is now 10 plus Dexterity plus Charisma modifier, which is very nice because your charisma modifier is going to be at 20, meaning this is a straight buff to the 2014 version. Unless if somehow you have a charisma of 15 or lower as a sorcerer, and if you do, stop rolling for stats or beg your DM for something else. But in most scenarios, this is a just plain buff. Yeah. In almost every scenario, it is a plain buff. And also, you still gain the feature where you gain extra hit points, 1 extra hit point per Draconic Sorcerer level you take. I mean, yeah. And at level 6, you no longer need to spend a sorcerer point to gain resistance to whatever dragon type you are. Meaning, if you're like a black dragon, you now have permanent resistance to acid damage. If you are a silver dragon, you now have permanent resistance to cold damage. Yeah, whatever. It's not permanent. You no longer have to spend a sorcery point to gain it for an hour, which is good. Now, your level 14 feature has kind of been kicked in the nards a little bit. It's been, I wouldn't say exactly it's been kicked in the nards per se. It's more been changed to a point where it's an interesting change. In the 2014 version, you basically got to sprout out some wings that lasted. Yeah, I mean, honestly, they lasted for as long as you kind of wanted to. And yeah, they basically just gave you a fly speed equal to your walk speed, which is nice. You could do it, I think, as many times as you wanted. But now, your wings only last for 1 hour, which is a nerf. But your fly speed is 60 feet, which is a buff. But you can only use it once per long rest, which is a nerf. Overall, that's 2 nerfs and 1 buffs, meaning overall the feature did get a sizable nerf. Again, I mean, 1 hour fly speed, that's 60 feet, is really nice. And it's been a skill. Overall, I think it's kind of around the same level of power, in my opinion. Maybe a little worse. I don't think it's any better at all, in my personal opinion. It's once per long rest, only lasts for an hour. 65 speed is nice, but again, I think it is a general nerf. Now, at level 18, we can now summon our Draconic Spear without wasting a spell slot, which is nice, and no more concentration. Meaning, you can now be a sorcerer, summon in your grandfather or whatever, however you got your Draconic magic, and fight right next to him while still slinging out those concentration spells, which is just chef kiss. I love it. You should love it too. And overall, I straight just love it. It's so nice. And looking at the Summon Draconic Spirit stat block from Fizzband's Treasury of Dragons, let me pull it up real quick for you. I mean, it is pretty damn strong. It is. Oh, sorry, burped. It does have a good amount of HP. Its armor class is 19, which is decent. A decent amount of HP, a 60-foot fly speed, a swim speed, which is cool. You can gain resistance to Force, Necrotic, Psychic, Radiant Thunder, Acid, Cold, Fire, or Lightning. Now, of course, you have to pick one of those, but also, ooh, oh, hold on. Hold on, I think we're cooking here. Because you now, assuming it's still the same stat block, which I assume it has because I haven't heard anything different, you can now gain yourself resistance to 2 of any damage type in the game. So now you can gain, so in theory, you can gain resistance to fire, summon a Draconic Spear, and gain resistance to acid, cold, lightning, poison, force, necrotic, psychic, radiant. So this really just allows you to kind of be more flexible with your resistances, which is actually really nice. And this is basically just giving you a free resistance, concentration free, which, yeah, I very much like. Also, you do get your rend ability, allowing you to do 2 attacks. So I think you can do 2 rend attacks. And so you can use your rend 2 times and your breath weapon. Okay, overall, this is really nice. And I mean, just being able to summon in a dragon that is your friend. And it's a large, so you can ride it too. Okay, honestly, yeah, this spell's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. But, small little caveat. At level 18, which is when you get the feature to summon one for free, it only lasts for 1 minute, but it's still free casting and no more concentration permanently with the spell. But when you do, I mean, well, you can choose to never do concentration no more, but it only lasts for 1 minute. If you still want it to be concentration, it now lasts for a full hour. So, pick your poison. So, yeah. Now we go to the final subclass. I mean, oh wait, hold on. I still get my opinions. Draconic Sorcery, 10 out of 10. I love it. It's so cool. So much more flavorful. Getting extra spells is always nice. Yeah, I love it. I'm very excited to play one. It's level 3 feature, now very well, greatly scales with any Gish character. So hey, Hexblade Warlocks, you might want to take 3 levels of Sorcerer to get Draconic Soul. Just being able to use your charisma modifier and dexterity for your armor class probably will be the best option you have. So I definitely can't see like a warlock, draconic soul sorcerer, maybe take a level paladin to get divine smite. Oh, I hate that so much. Ugh. I think I genuinely I'm gonna make a new video about paladin with a lot more of my thoughts I have to think of, because I have a bunch of new thoughts. And oh, wizards, have you how you've completely just failed at nerfing what the paladin needed to be nerfed. But that's for another video. So yeah, overall, draconic sorcery, very good. Be likey, 10 out of 10. Definitely do recommend playing and probably will play. Now we have Wild Magic Surge, or the Wild Magic Sorcerer. Honestly, the thing with Wild Magic is, it's okay. If you're worried about it being annoying to play, your DM controlling when you can roll on the Wild Magic table, its negative effects being TPK, from what I've heard, and from what I know with some features, you now choose when to roll a d20 to decide if you roll on the Wild Magic table, and a lot more of the harmful options are now less harmful. And overall, from what I've seen, it seems to be a 60, like 40 split to, I think the 40% is non-helpful to harmful, and the 60 is just plain out helpful. So yeah, overall, it's still something where you definitely have to ask your party, your table, your DM, are you guys comfortable with me using Wild Magic Sorcerer? I actually have a story about Wild Magic Sorcerer, which I will leave the end for the video, because the end of videos are now going to be the more rambly section where kind of no script, just off the dome, fully. So yeah, I mean, they do have a new feature that I did kind of want to mention, because I don't really want to mention Wild Magic Sorcerer because it's a. Ugh, I'll just save it for the final thoughts, because it's just I really don't like the subclass. Now you gain advantage on a what's it called, on any like ability check or saving throw, and when you use this advantage, the next time you cast a sorcerer spell, you now automatically trigger Wild Magic Surge, which is interesting. The way you gain advantage, I think it should have just like once per long rest or something like that. I think it is. Like you just gain advantage on the skill. So yeah, it's definitely interesting and definitely something. I mean, being able to just automatically roll in the Wild Magic Surge table is really nice and pretty cool. Now, from what I know, they do not gain any extra spells, which again sucks. But Wild Magic Sorcerer, what do you expect? So yeah, if you came here for the more organized how-to guide video, whatever subclass explanation, you can now leave the video. Because now I'm going to go into the more rambly and overall what's my problems with the Wild Magic Sorcerer and my overall just general opinions. Yeah. Wild Magic Sorcerer is a subclass. It's very annoying. And one time I had to completely make a session 2.0 because my players were debating on, oh no, I don't want to play with a Wild Magic Surge Sorcerer because it's annoying and just makes the game worse. The player's like, oh no, it's fun. It's random chance. You're playing D&D. You're telling me you don't like random chance. And then it was at the end of the day, I never had a Wild Magic Sorcerer on my table. And honestly, as a DM, I'm kind of happy I didn't, because it's such a slippery slope to fall down. I mean, you deciding is so dumb. I am very happy that it's not the player that decides when they can use it. But overall, I feel like this does give the players a little more options for toxicity, which I really don't like. Because Water Magic Table can still be harmful. It can still be good, don't get me wrong. But it's just, in a game like D&D, yes, there is inherent chance. And yes, we do sign up for that inherent chance. But Wild Magic Sorcery is so annoying for players and possibly detrimental that many DMs, including myself, have it banned because it's just so annoying. Now, I do feel like more DMs can now kind of open up Wild Magic Sorcery again, because it did get changed to be less annoying. But still, if you're gonna play one, probably play in a one shot, so then your table can be annoyed at you for just that one shot, and then don't play it for a long lasting campaign, because that's only gonna cause problems in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, Wild Magic Sorcery, unless they made it 100% positive, is always going to cause problems, and they would straight up just never do that. So yeah, it's something. It's a subclass. I probably won't ever touch it. Yeah. Now for my overall thoughts about Sorcerer. I love it. I think Sorcerers are now the best spellcasters in the game, and I'm happy because I love Sorcerers. They're so much better than Wizards. Oh, I love them way more than Wizards. I think their Draconic Soul Sorcerer opens up some really cool multi-classes, which, again, as a power gamer or someone that likes to make very broken characters, I'm very excited for. But someone that makes homebrew for his personal table, balance wise, that is pretty annoying. But still, overall, I do think Draconic Soul Sorcerer is very nice. And overall, just in general, all the Sorcerer subclasses are nice. And yeah, some did get nerfs, but overall, I didn't feel like those nerfs really harmed us too much. But yeah, I think that's all my thoughts for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If there's any tips or tricks or things I may have missed that you want to mention in the comments, make sure to leave them down below. But before you comment, make sure to be respectful. If you're going to leave some criticism, be constructive about it. Be nice. Don't be a meanie, because I will just delete your comment. So yeah, hope you guys had a good day, morning, or night. And yeah, OT19 signing out. Peace.